What's up, guys?
What is good?
Joshua from PC.com here.
Amir here from PC.com.
And season 2 of Tech Talk at 5 is back. Okay, we did a special episode of Good Vibes last week. This time it's back to the daily grind, the old stuff, the whole news format, everything.
Yeah.
So season 2 is going to be bigger and better, as I said last week. We've got more segments, we've got more giveaways, we've got interviews, all kinds of stuff, alright? And it all starts now. South. So this whole place is like our playground. Okay? We're in the meeting room right now. They've graciously allowed us to use it. Sick view outside,
which you cannot see.
Yeah, you can't see, glare. But we're really excited. This place is really great. Can't wait to get started. Okay, so the first piece of news we have for you this week is Samsung news. Okay, they just launched the the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus last week. Okay, so it's been long awaited. It is pretty much Samsung's best device in my opinion, alright? Like every year the Note series consistently good except for that one year. Yeah, but regardless, so this time there's two Notes, the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus, okay, so both really big screens. So they finally launched the phone, okay, last week, but there's one thing that's missing, okay? So Samsung's been, the reason why we both like Samsung pretty much is because they didn't turn their back on the headphone jack, alright? They kept it old school. Headphone jacks are the way to go. Charge your music and listen. Charge your phone and listen to your music at the same time. Okay, Samsung even like a couple years ago they even made an ad like mocking Apple. Of course, like check it out.
Can I still use these headphones with the 10?
Yeah, but you'll need an adapter, or as most people like to call it, a dongle.
A what?
A dongle.
A dongle?
Yeah, a dongle. It comes in the box.
But what if I just need to charge at the same time?
Then you're gonna need another type of dongle.
Like a double dongle?
Yeah, double dongle, I guess.
That sounds explicit.
So as you can probably tell, that ad did not age well because there is no headphone jack on the Note 10, nor the Note 10 Plus. Like there's no headphone jack. It makes no freaking sense.
Disappointing to see.
Yeah, like you can fit an entire pen into the phone, but you can't give us a headphone jack?
I mean, how much more could it have been to do?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, don't tell me like, oh, because we wanted the phone to be slim. Nonsense. There's a pen in there, okay? Yeah. So, I don't understand it. Regardless, the phone looks pretty sick. Two colors. The Aurora Glow, man, that shit looks super sick.
I mean, the Aurora Glow looks like it's not just one color.
Yeah, you know? It's literally every color in one color. Pricing for the Note 10, okay, it comes in 256GB, which is 3699 ringgit. But if you're feeling like, that's too cheap for me, go for the Note 10 Plus, which is priced at 4199 for 256GB, 4799 for 512. Okay, so some pretty pricey stuff. But hey, finally here, the Note 10 series. Can't wait to get our hands on it. Look out for the reviews. Okay, so our second piece of news for this week. Alright, so it's pretty big, alright? So when you think about smartphones, what brands do you think about?
Samsung.
Yeah, of course.
Apple. Of course. Xiaomi.
Yeah, okay, so fair enough. Like,
you got a few ahead.
So Oppo, okay, they just recently overtook Apple as the #3 smartphone brand in the world, okay? Whoa. In terms of sales.
Yeah, I feel like Apple's like lagging behind right now.
Yeah.
Like they used to be the king of innovation. But now I think they're following industry trends, which is
exactly like they in the iOS update there was like a swiping keyboard.
Yeah, wow, we've had that for like 5 years at least.
Yeah, come on Apple. And okay, I mean industry experts say that part of the reason why they're slowly dropping is the lack of price elasticity in older models. So they have exclusive prices. The older models, the price, like think about you see Android phones, we always see price drops.
Yeah.
Like Oppo,
sales,
200 off, Honor just cut their prices for this and that. But with Apple, you don't see that. You don't ever see the iPhone, like iPhone 8 probably still selling for really expensive.
Yeah.
So that's
I
why
mean, there's like with new concurrent devices, you would expect your prices to drop.
Exactly. But not with Apple, exclusivity, And experts don't expect a return to growth till Apple actually launches the rumored 5G smartphone in 2020. So, I mean, it's worth noting that Apple's other products are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like the wearables, booming.
Yeah.
The
Apple Watch.
Their streaming services, booming. But their mobile phones,
I guess you can see they've taken, gone off course.
yeah, exactly. So iPhones are no longer, no longer iPhones. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So just gotta wait till 2020, you Apple fanboys. Okay, so we can't talk about tech without talking about gaming. Okay, it's a booming industry, multi-billion dollars. Lots of people investing in it.
Yeah.
Gaming is really coming up. Parents are starting to be more open about it, right? And later on the show we'll have like 2 female gamers come on and give their perspectives on the whole industry, as well as ESM, CIO, Farouk, Flavor, also known as Flavor, come on and give, we have some lighthearted conversations, so you check it out later. But for now, we have our third piece of news, and it has to do with gaming, alright? So gaming is great and all, but it can be quite polarizing as well, as illustrated recently. Okay, so Amir will take it away on this one. Let's go.
So, with the recent news in El Paso and Dayton in the US of those mass shootings, politicians and even the president of the United States have come out and talked about how video games are the cause of this systemic violence.
We must stop the glorification of violence in our society. This includes the gruesome and grisly video games that are now commonplace.
The one thing I want to say about video games is they're international. Everyone in the world has the same game that you have. I mean, besides region locks and stuff like that. So anyway, the first thing that came out, the first slanderous thing they started talking about in video games was House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy singled out that video games was a cause of the increased violence in young people. We've watched from studies shown before what it does to individuals, and you look at these photos and how it took place, you can see the actions within video games and others. People do horrible things and acts because of a myriad of reasons, and I personally don't think video games is one of them. So anyway, besides that, let's go on about what's going on. So in response to these crimes and basically domestic terrorism, one of the shootings occurred at Walmart.
Okay.
So the weird thing about it is now they've come out and taken their initiative to stop, this glorification of violence. So what they're doing is they've taken down signing and displays referencing violence. So this includes signs, playable demos for video games. Yeah, in games. So you go to, for now, I guess you go to a Walmart, you won't see Red Dead Redemption 2 on the wall, or you can't test it out because why?
How many of you guys actually think that's gonna work?
Yeah, exactly. How much does that impact someone? But the irony is Walmart has stopped promoting these games, but they still sell guns. What? Walmart is literally the largest sellers of guns and ammunition in the world. That's why? Look, at the core of it all, gaming is fun. Gaming is meant to build a sense of community. It brings you an experience you cannot experience anywhere else.
Anyone.
Yeah, literally. And you just have fun. There are thousands of games. There's Minecraft, there's Overwatch, there's Tetris, there's Candy Crush, there's GTA, there's everything. You can't say that video games are the cause of these behaviors. So another thing I'd like to point out, what about TV? Movies. TVs and movies show more graphic violence and obscenities, sex scenes. And there aren't that many games where you can fully, engage in a sex scene. But Game of Thrones, Spartacus, all the Peaky Blinders, all these kind of shows have sex scenes in them. So most of them are equally as violent or graphic. But why does no one say anything about that? Why don't you stop watching movies? Why don't you stop watching TV? So that is the same premise. They're both forms of entertainment.
Exactly. And should be taken as such.
Yeah. So. And I feel this whole narrative is bullshit. And the only thing I will say about video games that makes me violent is when I'm raging at some dude and I throw my controller across the wall.
I've seen him throw the controller.
I've literally
I'm trashing him at FIFA.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, so there's raging, there's toxic behavior online, but end of the day, that's all it is. People being shitty over the internet.
Exactly.
Okay. So to end this, I think that gun violence and mass shootings isn't a video game problem. It's a damn gun problem. Get it right.
Alright, so we've got a new segment for you guys, alright? And figured like what would actually be helpful to you guys, right? So we figured why not we do like a roundup of all the promos that's relevant to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus just came out, right? But
Yeah.
and there's like the prices are insane.
Bro, it's mental.
But what Samsung, Maxis, Sucom, DG and New Mobile and all that, the like are doing is they're doing pre-order exclusives, okay? From now until the 18th, okay? So you have, okay, by the time this video comes out, not so many days. But you can get free gifts worth 1,159 ringgit when you get the Galaxy Note 10, alright?
Whoa!
Yeah.
1,159?
I know, it's like a
Damn!
Alright, so we spoke about gaming, but it was a little bit dark and like full of terror.
Pretty dark, bro.
Yeah, so let's end on a positive note. So we recently interviewed 3 gamers, okay? Each 2 professional gamers, 1 working in the esports community in Malaysia. This was in collaboration with Taiwan Excellence E-Sports Cup, okay? And they sorted out the interviews for us. Thank you so much, by the way. But yeah, so we interviewed Micho, Tiffany Baby Holding Lim, and Muhammad Farouk Abdul Fatah, also known as Flavor. Okay, so Farouk is actually the director of comms at ESM.
Yo, is he actually known as Flavor?
Yeah,
My man.
check it out for yourself. Are you an Xbox guy or a PS4 guy?
Oh man. Don't hate me for this, okay? I have never played an Xbox ever in my life. So PS4.
But like, if you had to choose one, PS4 or Xbox? PS4.
Yeah.
But generally, like Xbox in Malaysia, there's not really much support. Like, it's more for an American sort of PS4.
I never had a PS4, just saying. I had a PS1. My mom and dad bought it. They regret it, which explains why they didn't buy me a PS2, PS3, or a PS4.
Wow, personally, I can't really play first-person shooting. Although I did try like Overwatch, all these things, but it took me a long time to get used to it because I have simulation sickness. So that's why not everyone can play first-person. So, but that doesn't mean that I'm no. Like you want to try 1v1 or not?
Oh, we got a challenge here. Okay, for me too. And what about you?
For me personally, I also cannot really play the first person
Oh, you can't play first person, no?
because of motions.
Yeah, to be fair, like when I play like Counter-Strike for too long, I can't.
You're
Like,
dizzy.
Yeah,
very easy. Okay, I'm guessing you play PUBG, right?
Yep, I did.
Okay, so in PUBG there is third person mode and first person mode, right?
Yep.
So, okay, a lot of people are saying, they come up to me and say like, oh dude, you play third person's for noobs, man, you know, first person's the way to go, that kind of thing. Do you think third person like players are less skilled than first person players? When it comes to PUBG?
You're asking the wrong guy, because I'm bad at both. So
Dota 2 or League of Legends?
oh man, no, you can't do
I
this.
want to get the official.
You're trying to. Garena, don't get me wrong, okay? I love Dota 2 because I've been playing it for the longest time.
Oh, so you have that sort of, you grew up with Dota 2?
Yeah, I grew up with Dota 2.
and Dota 2.
League of Legends kind of like slowly dying. There's still a lot of people still playing it, you'll be surprised. It's just that there's not enough activities within the country to boost up League of Legends right here, which is really, really sad. Garena, if you're watching this, I mean, don't ignore what I'm saying just because I say Dota 2, but I really love League of Legends as well.
Okay.
You know, try level best to actually bring back League of Legends because I think there's a lot of diehard fans out there who still supports the game.
Yeah, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
Do I want to get chased and like killed every day in Last of Us? or even do I just want to be a happy farmer in Stardew Valley?
Oh man, there's so many good games out there. Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, good answer.
I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to the new remake, which they promised to come out for so long, but never came out.
Man, I want to live in the Witcher world.
The Witcher?
Oh, yes.
Nice, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks actually. What's your speaking of Final Fantasy, I love Final Fantasy 7. Okay, and like the whole franchise in general. What's your take on the new battle system? Okay, so like do you think there's still a place for turn-based battle systems in the in 2019? Because some people actually like, oh no.
I really like the turn-based.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a very strategy kind of thing, and everything else like that. It can still live on. It can still live on. Let's assume that the new Final Fantasy 7 is like the remake actually has turn-based. Probably the only thing that they improved on is the graphics. So if it was turn-based, it's still amazing. But since you mentioned this, it never came to my mind that probably they're not going to have a turn-based anymore.
Yeah, I think like they allow you to stop like the battle and while you make your choices and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean.
That's pretty much it from all of us here at Tech Talk at 5 Guys. You know what to do, hit the like button, share our page, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And that's pretty much here. I'm Amir.
Joshua.
That's it. See y'all next week.
Same time, same place, 5 p.m.